Hello, and welcome to Tales of Winternacht and the Tale of Sybil's Spear, Book 4, Chapter 14, I believe. Our primary actual play D&D 5e campaign. I'm Silver, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. With me are our players, which is a very small group. To start off, probably the smallest group we've ever started off a full session with. So tonight we have Conrad and Dustin. As we'll be continuing our Waking World tale that we returned to last week. So if you've been tuning in before, you kind of have an idea of why we would only have two people out here, as we have some reduced numbers as the split party is going in a couple different directions, and some people are playing extra characters, because who doesn't like to play more characters? And if you didn't watch last week, Dustin wanted to play more characters so bad that he made two NPCs to join himself.
Yeah, so many
Um,
extra characters.
but we will be having other players will be joining us over the course of the night. The session will be split in half between one tale and the other tale, with some different characters in the back half and maybe some new introductions over the course of the night. For those of you tuning in for the first time, or if you've missed a session, I'd like to encourage you to check out previous sessions on our YouTube channel. Also like to direct you to our Discord server and Instagram to join our community and interact with us. Links to all can be found in the About section of the Twitch channel. Also on the YouTube channel, I believe, too. Before we begin, I want to thank Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, virtual tabletop of choice, Sirenscape for amazing ambiance, sound effects, and music, Discord for our voice and video, and Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, the game we play. Tales of Winternacht is not sponsored by, nor are we an official representative of any of these companies, and the views and statements made during our game do not in any way represent those of the companies. We will be continuing the giveaway that we've been working on here for a little bit. We are looking to hit 120 followers. We do giveaways every time we hit a follower or sub goal. So if you get us to 120 followers, which as of right now, that's one. We need one. But if we get to that 120 followers, we will give away a lovely set of stickers of the main party members of Sybil's Spear. Drawn, colored, inked, even put together for sticker format by our lovely AJ, who is out there lurking, but you can't see him right now. See him later. Anyway, upon reaching 120 followers, give away the set of stickers. And same rules as we've been using for all of our giveaways. To enter the giveaway, redeem 100 channel points down there in the bottom of the chat box on Twitch, and select the enter giveaway. And then you need to join our Discord. Everyone eligible can enter once per stream, accumulate multiple entries until we reach the 120 follower mark, at which point we'll choose one entry as the winner, and you'll be contacted through Discord. Get your mailing address in order to send you your lovely stickers. We'll also be doing some dice giveaways in the future. You know what? I might even sweeten the pot. If we hit 120 tonight, I might do two giveaways. Maybe we'll give away some stickers and some dice. Because, it's the holiday season now officially, with Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror. With all of that, I guess one last thing. There should be something that'll pop up on the screen here occasionally about doing guest spots. I actually don't think I did this last week. If you are interested in playing with us, getting to be part of our game, getting to participate in a D&D stream, just wanting to play some D&D, there is a Google form application to fill out to possibly be a guest player with us in the future. Likely be like a 1 or 2 session commitment. And anyway, links to that can be found on the Discord server, so go join up on the Discord server. You can go access it there. I also think it is posted a few other places, such as Instagram, and there's a Reddit post out there too, that's got a link to it. So if you search up some stuff, need help trying to find things, one of us can point you in the right direction, get a hold of somebody, or get on the Discord server, and it's really easy just to click the link over there and sign up, and we'll contact people to set up some interviews, talk to people about possibility of playing, look at schedules, and maybe that could be you. You could be on actually relatively soon on a few of them. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely keep that in mind if that interests you. I think I'm done talking for a little bit, at least for a little bit. So I will turn it over to Conrad to tell us what the tale up to this point, or what happened last week, I guess, more particularly, here in the snowy region of Torsland.
Picking up in the first half of last week's session, um, after the events of Book 3, the group known as Cybil Spear went their own way in different directions. A small contingent of Jofredir and Silenus staying back in Torsland, with Jofredir's soon-to-be betrothed, Aliona. They spent some time collecting themselves and researching in Riob, where Jofredir proposed, before heading out back to Jofredir's hometown of Snowscald. Along the way, had a pretty uneventful journey, other than stopping at Skeletville, the village that they had helped out on their last journey to Snowscald, and visiting with their friends that they met there. Uh, After reaching Snowscald, um, greeted by Jofredir's mother, Sulfried, uh, and easily got reintegrated back into the town. The town was rebuilding well, they were restocking supplies, and Jofredir was starting to come into his own as the raid leader. Uh, Aliona's father took over the inn in town, as the previous owner did not survive the events of Act 3, of Book 3. And Norin uh, asked Silenus to help plan a party to celebrate Jofredir and Aliona's engagement. Um, that same day, a caravan of traders made its way into Snowscald, uh, led by a vampire named Harsgold. They were looking to trade furs and pelts and other such things before they headed back over to the other continent. Um, Silenus paid the group to hunt down a large beast for the party that night, and um, proceeded to have a party the celebrating Aliona and Jofredir and their further time as leaders in the community. And about where we left off.
All right. That brings us to the 33rd day of Sonman.
Mhm.
I haven't said the date in a long time. It felt necessary.
Yeah.
It's nice to know what day it is, honestly, after so long of
Absolutely.
not knowing.
As after a long night of celebration, drinking, dancing, singing, general merriment, celebrating the engagement. For some of you, the second time of celebrating, and for others, first chance to celebrate either strangers or close friends as their confirmation of their upcoming nuptials. Everybody having a fairly pleasant time over the evening. You all retire for the night, wake up the next morning on the 33rd day, and proceed to carry out various tasks. Um, as the next couple days are filled with various items of reconstruction, planning, as those of you able-bodied and wishing to help out with the rebuilding process within Snowed Skull, help out the people there, form, I would say, mostly casual relationships with some of the residents, some connections with people, different people that you kind of find a common bond with, whether it's Silenus finding a little bit of a bond with some of the musicians that he played with at the celebration that was before they left to go to Riab, and also continuing into last night's celebration. Or finding other people that trade, or people individual with like Harsgold's particular brand of trade. Tempting to do what you can for some betterment of the community, as well as, where possible, betterment of yourselves. Within that time, Silenus has some interaction with Soulfried at the Temple of Briora, able to glean a little bit of information about her faith and what connects her with the water goddess, including a lot of it being very similar to Torsten's faith that he had also had an opportunity to share with Torsten before his unfortunate demise back at the end of book 3. And it's a good conversation. It's a positive conversation that it gives you some good feelings, some hope of being able to maybe establish a better line of communication with your warlock patron slash goddess of the sun. But no like direct do this, no instruction manual, which obviously was not what you expected to find, but always hold out hope. In the process of having that conversation, you do have a discussion about the possibility of setting up a small shrine to Aurora in the community. Soulfried is very encouraging on the idea, helps put you in contact with a few individuals that can help you with hauling things, as her best suggestion is to put it up atop the mountainside, going off of where the lighthouse is, in order to be in a high point, having a best direction to catch morning sun and the last of the evening sun before to just play into the sun goddess's realm. And what's your shrine look like, Silenus?
It's not anything too complicated. At the moment, it is move some of the rocks together into a small cairn with a larger flat one that's relatively smooth. Uh, um, on either side, two more larger uh, pillars of rock that have been kind of hefted into place on either side of this pile with an altar. Um, from these larger rocks are hung little pieces of quartz and glass uh, from rocks that kind of twinkle and catch the light and make some jingling noises when the wind moves past. Um, uh, Carved into the flat rock is a small basin um, that can hold water or oil. Have a fire burning there for light, or a pool there for the reflecting of light. And there is I don't want to say crude, but not like not a super detailed, but a carved wooden effigy of Aurora on this altar. Um,
Um, Also, amongst your time, you also take some time to help out where you can with the rebuilding effort, helping your friends get reestablished in the community, and building a very low level beginnings of a bond with Harsgold and Span. Just kind of Silenus, the ever looking for allies, connections, contacts. Never one to give up on the opportunity to possibly get one more in the book. Maybe not literally in the book, but you never know.
Yeah.
They might build their way up there.
No room in the book.
It's full up at the moment. The one thing you attempt to do, you do approach Geoffredir at one point in time about attempting to acquire some gemstones. Unfortunately, the response you're given is the treasures were all sent back with the rest of your party as payment for saving the village. So the town is pretty well out of anything aside from a minimal amount of coin that was reserved, obviously, just to survive. But treasures are pretty much gone, including any gemstones or anything of that nature.
Would Harsgold's party have something on in the range of a gemstone, or I guess I would need 2 gemstones worth 500 gold pieces, that Silenus would be willing to buy from you?
I wouldn't see why not. I mean, Silver, correct me if I'm wrong. In making it, Harsgold's caravan has been trading all the furs and meats and things that they've been capturing and finding and trying to unload them for lighter things like gems and coins. So I would think that would be in the range. And Harsgold would be very willing to make a trade with you.
Okay. So, for the sake of this isn't something that we specifically had prepared in the inventory. I'm not going to say it's not there. I'm going to say let's roll for it.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's see what we got.
seems reasonable.
So I don't think a D20. I don't think we need to go that extreme and getting into 5% chances of things. I would think let's go with a D10 and let's see how high you can roll. On how high value of items do you have in stock at the moment?
All right. 1d10.
One D10 for
Can I
all
give
the
him?
riches.
Yep.
Oh.
Can I give him bardic inspiration on his inventory roll?
We'll say that if anybody in chat wants to do a reroll, we
That's
can
fair.
definitely do a reroll.
Hey,
But,
Saga, can you help out Silenus?
Well, and I'll come back to it because we are actually in the middle of an ad break on that end for the
Oh,
next
that's
45
fair.
seconds. So
Tragic.
I will give it one last call at the end of the 45 seconds to see if anybody wants to do a
Yeah.
reroll on that. Just in case anybody out there that is not a subscriber. If you aren't a subscriber, be a subscriber. You don't have to watch the silly ads.
Yeah.
And support the stream in a much better and more direct way. We'll put it that way.
I was just rolling. No. I didn't roll in the box, I swear.
That's the reroll if you get it.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, well, Saga gave you a reroll. So
Okay. Because sometimes I
I
do that. I just
will
start
take
throwing dice
7.
around.
So let's see. So 7 would be
Want to let go of it again.
I'll say you have 1 gem worth 500 gold pieces with a 7.
That's not helpful, unfortunately. Spell needs 2.
Oof.
Please don't drop these dice.
One gets you halfway there.
Yeah.
You can find another one.
Well, mhm. Let me check my.
We can always go back to the marsh. You can dive down to the bottom of the marsh and see what kind of treasures you pull up. There might be some gemstones down there.
Okay, so Silver, this would be a you ruling for you kind of question.
Okay.
But because I have a gem worth 300 gold, I have a 300 gold diamond for Revivify.
Okay.
If I got a second gem, if I managed to also get a gem that was worth 200 gold from Har's Gold, could those 300 and 200 gold together work together for the spell, or would it just need to be one gem that's worth 500 gold?
Based off the wording of the spell, it says 2 gems worth at least 500 each.
Yeah.
So I would say it would need to be a total of 2 gems, and each of them would have to be 500 each. Is pretty straight out.
That's
there.
fair. That's fair. It was worth asking. It would have been very nice to cut back on the trip back if I was able to just
Fair.
jump back to Snow Scald.
If you play your cards right, you guys climb to the top of the mountains with a sled, and I think we just do ultimate sledding back to Riyadh.
You want to go penguin sledding?
I don't think I'd recommend that one.
I'm gonna let go of these dice. I'm sorry if they roll. Okay, it didn't.
We're all good. We're all good. All right. Parskull, during your time down, Evelyn's able to get some odds and ends of scraps. Nothing really high quality, but odds and ends, things you could tinker with. Demetrius isn't able to get a map, but he's able to get information from people in order to draw a pretty good map of this region.
Okay.
And you get limited trade just because it's only things that they see as necessities. It's pretty much all they're giving up gold for right now in the community, just because that's pretty tight commodity at the moment. So there's a certain amount of purchasing. You got spare meat and things like that from your hunting, some pelts, and so why don't you roll me 3d10?
Funny, I had 3d10 that I was so worried about letting go. Ay. Okay, at least there's a 6 in there.
Okay.
3d10 and I got a 12. But I guess that is thematic with what's going on.
So, yeah, you sell off enough stuff, you get 63 gold and 3 silver.
Yo, that's pretty good.
And depending on whether Silenus buys the 1 gem off of you, that's a whole nother transaction. But
I figured he wouldn't.
Yeah, if I can't get the pair, then he's not super interested.
you carry out these different tasks. The town's coming along quite well. Things start to stagnate a little bit as to how much help either of you can really be to the community at this point. There's not a whole lot of trade to be done. There's you Harsgold, you're a little bit skeptical on doing too much hunting in the area just because they're going to rely on that for game in order to survive. So, you know, being a decent vampiric individual, not wishing to put them out, it kind of gets to a point where you're a little bit itchy to maybe need to get going. And Silenus, on your end, it just gets to a point where it's like there's just not a lot for you to do here. And obviously, in the back of your mind, you have other interests and other things that you want to explore. That there's so much downtime, feeling like there's nothing for you to do, that your mind just constantly goes to, is it time to go?
Yeah.
And eventually reaching that point, the time comes to say goodbye. And as you gather in the area outside Nuren's new inn, as everybody gets ready to say their goodbyes before you head out on the South Road, and Arsgold, out there seeing a crowd, wondering what's going on. See Silenus standing next to his snow ram, getting ready to venture off on his own, but it's been a couple days. Is there any conversations you wish to have about anything you'd like to do?
School will come and approach. So I guess it's time for you to go, isn't it?
Well, there's not much left for me to do here. I'm not very good with lifting things, and already mentioned that's not great with the sword. So not much for me left to do here.
I think much the same. I don't have much in the way of building, and I don't think that Evelyn will be more of a help than a hurt sometimes, as she's want to be creative with her inventions. But I'm also heading out soon enough. Which way are you going?
Well, we had spoken about heading south. I would not mind, at least being with a group for a little while. I've not traveled on my own in. It's probably been close to 2 years.
2 years. Pray tell what's been up with you for 2 years.
Busy, I could say. And a lot of things I've needed to do.
Well, if I would not mind the company if you wouldn't either. It's always better to go through these roads with somebody watching your back.
Indeed. Where's your next stop on your route?
I was going to get with Demetrius on that. He was gathering a map for us to plan that out, but I believe south is good for us getting out of the cold. I usually favor coming up here for a good amount of trade, but it's a little too cold as I get older, and I would like to get back to my daughter soon enough.
It's good. And yes, there seems to have been a quite late winter this year. Still a bit of lingering cold.
It seems never ending.
Yes. Well, if your goal is to leave Torsland, I can travel with you for a time.
I would very much appreciate you coming along with. Um, but I guess Harskull will go ahead and start getting some of his things together to be ready for Silenus.
I guess point of clarification as to, is your whole caravan going, or just part of it, or just Harsgold? What's your plan?
Believe the plan right now is Harskull will go on his own.
Okay. Make
there's-
arrangements with Demetrius as to where to meet back up.
Yeah, they need to. There's still some things that they need to take care of with the rest of the caravan, and the caravan's not ready to move as yet. So they'll circle back around and meet up. I guess Demetrius will figure out a place further south.
I mean, port-wise, if you're trying to get back to the other continent or anywhere significant distance, Riyadh's your only
Have
option.
to be.
I mean,
Right.
that's your port of entry, that's your port of departure, because there is no other major ports along the coast. Everything else belongs to specific clans and not overly friendly to big ships just randomly showing up and drawing in.
Okay. In any case, it'll still take a few days for the caravan to be ready to
Okay.
get going. So
So because there's, oh, look at the map. There's not really much, like other than the other clans. Not really that much to the south.
I mean, pretty much any trade you're doing in this area, it's either you're collecting stuff, which is part of what Harsgold's been doing. Everything else is, just you're looking to catch up with the clans where they are in the ones that migrate around. They're not formal cities or towns. They are more transient in how they move around. So they're not necessarily always in the exact same location. So there are other places to go. It's just a matter of going to the clans to go try and trade with them. But I don't know what Harsgold's up to, if that's what he wants to be doing, or if it's a matter of he's going and collecting more stuff to sell potentially back home.
Because anything further south of Torsland would be getting into Crixia and Monster Country.
I think the latter might be a better option for Harsgold as he sees like how the state is around the area and how things are as they talked about the never-ending winter and everybody's having a little bit of a harder time. So things aren't necessarily as plentiful here in terms of trade and the fruitfulness of that. So gathering resources to bring back home is probably now more of an avenue to get like a better resale value.
Yeah, I would say for the most part, at least the last probably several weeks of your caravan's travels have been minimal sales, minimal trade with other individuals, because most are tapped and have been landlocked into places that buy stuff, but they're very cash poor and don't have a whole lot of anything good to be trading at the moment.
Mhm.
Definitely would get far more sale out of, exotic things from the north being sold back in Vitra.
Yeah. And Harsgold would not let on to Silenus, but the cold is not just a thing for him personally, but that along with everything else, the caravan is very much itching to move out of the country. It wasn't as profitable as they had once come to know. But with that, I guess a little while will pass and Harsgold will be ready for Silenus with his own snow ram.
Named?
Named?
I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah, I should have known that I should have came with a name. Sweet drop.
What was it?
Sweet drop.
Sweet Drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cute name.
Very cute.
All right. So, Silenus, you say your goodbyes to Yofredir and Aliona, Nurin, Solfried, Aiden, and the vast cast of other characters that you've had the opportunity of befriending, or at least meeting. Eventually, and Harsgold, same, saying goodbye to the several different people that you've traded with, but more so making your arrangements and getting things set up that your caravan's going to go on their own. I need to know who's in charge when you're not there.
Demetrius.
Okay.
Yeah. He would not leave Evelyn to do. I mean, he trusts Evelyn with his life, obviously, but she's very much a loose cannon.
Okay. You say your farewells and head off into the Rosent forest along the south side of Snowed Skull and start heading south towards the hills. And Selena's having a specific trail that he's wishing to retrace to find his way back to a certain location. Just leads you back through the forest, which passes uneventfully. Harsgold, you would have traveled up through this road to come in, so you're actually backtracking the way you came, and you guys share the road, heading out of town, heading to the south. For about 3 or 4 hours before you're out of the forest and catch view of the coast off in the distance and the broad delta of the Yurnelv as it reaches the Slaver Sea. What kind of conversations do Silenus and Harsgold share on their duo journey to the south?
Oh, I know Harsgold would be very very interested to hear about Silenus's 2-year bout before he was alone again. That was quite the snippet for him.
Silenus,
You're 100% welcome to actually roleplay it out too. I'm not trying to.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
you
what
guys
our
bond
Yeah,
your
I didn't-
characters. Bond away.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I didn't know what
The stage
plan.
was.
Yeah.
Yes, no, tell me. You say this is the first time you've been alone for 2 years. That is quite something.
Yes, well, I grew up in a a group of performers that traveled around. So I'm very used to being on the road, but kind of struck out on my own a little while ago, and um doing some odd jobs, performing in inns, taverns, and I met up with now one of my very good friends, um,
The big
and
man.
he. Hmm?
The big man of the hour.
Oh, not him quite yet. No, a different large man. Funnily enough, um, uh, and yeah, the two of us. It was good. It was good to have each other's back, and we traveled together for a little while, and then got on a ship heading for Six Bells, and the ship hit a storm and it crashed.
Yeah.
Um, and well, you know, you say about traumatic events and forming friendships. Uh, and so met a few other people from that, and we've been traveling with them for the past several months, and that has been good. But some of them had to go their own ways. I stayed here with Jofredir and helped him get set up. And now I have some other duties I need to follow through on. What's
Well,
yourself? You said, how long have you been trading?
I have been going along with this group and heading them for about 3 years now. Uh, so I guess about as long as you've been with your companions. I sort of became the leader after uh, dealing in some good trades, and a few of them sort of picked me for the role. I never really wanted to be here, but here we are. Uh, but I have a lot of good friends along in the caravan, and they've done well by me. Uh, it's been good to travel with them and have something safe and secure. Uh, I've been trying to raise money to take care of my daughter. She's a bit ill and has a couple needs that need attending.
What sort of, if you don't mind me asking, what sort of ill?
Uh, she has a she's been ill since she was young. Never really quite the strong one. Uh, Always has something that needs to be taken care of, but it's the no one can really figure it out, you know? I don't know if we just don't have the means as of yet.
Yes, I, I know.
But I pray to the gods every day that she will be better. But I work every day to do my part to make sure it is. But I but getting back to it, I came to know them back in my home country, and I sort of just became their leader, and Demetrius and Evelyn were always right beside me. Uh, it seemed like there was times where I wouldn't know who I am if I didn't have them by my side.
there's there's definitely a feeling in that, and not having the people to back you up who are you are used to backing you up.
But you trust them to take care of things, and they trust you to take care of things.
Yes.
I've had to learn that many a times. Evelyn is very uh, good at reminding me.
Yes. I'm we may be more similar than in different ways.
uh, well, in some ways, we are two sides of the same coin. That I seem now to realize. You worship the sun, and I worship the night.
Yes, found about that, did you?
Sorry, I love a good book, and I'm always one to uh, find different sort of parodies and that sort of thing.
No, it's all right. I mean,
So this path you seem quite intent on taking it. I took this one up, but you seem very intent on one particular route.
not strictly. There's a forest I'm trying to reach. It's at the base of the Fell Mountains.
And do you go here to pray or hunt or play
Uh,
music?
no, it's not quite prayer. It's well, I intend to make an offering, an altar there.
I do not recall there being a civilization around the area. Or
No, there's not. As far as I know.
very perplexing.
Yes, perhaps. It's an old, very old place.
Well, I hope that we make it safe and sound without any interruptions and you are able to make your offering.
Thank you. What are you searching for? So goods you said, but is there anything that specific that sell well?
Uh, honestly, the market is changing, but I think that uh, the bigger beasts that roam south might be more on the market. But I'm mostly scouting myself right now. It's hard to take them down without everyone around.
Yeah. Yes.
And I also need to head down to Riyadh to make arrangements for our departure.
Well, perhaps then we will not be together for as long as I thought. Riyadh is more to the east than where I am going.
Oh, will we still be able to? Will I still be able to make it with you to your altar?
If you, I mean, of course. I just do not want to take you too far out of your travels.
Oh, no, no, no! Don't worry. As I said, I enjoy the company. I think we both are want to remain with others as long as possible.
It's true. And if we come across some sort of beast, I could be of some help in felling it.
Oh yes, I remember you saying that you're not so keen on a sword.
Well, there are other things you can use than a sword.
You are full of surprises. I am very interested to see.
Well, you'll have a very pleasant surprise when we stop and to sleep for the night. You'll not have to sleep in the cold, as you seem to dislike so much.
That is something that I almost don't want to ruin the surprise. Oh,
Oh, I won't then. You'll just have to see.
I'm very glad I met you then, Mr. Silenus.
Yes, Mr. Hardgold.
As you've been writing, talking, plodding down the path, the very different scenery than it was the last time you traveled it, just in that week and a half to 2 weeks since you last came back through here for Silenus, even shorter time for Harsgold.
Yeah.
That everything has been steadily melting. This quick warm up of the sudden somebody turned off the air conditioner in the middle of Torsland up here, and so things are quickly warming up. As you've been making your way down the path, you've been getting closer and closer to the Urnelf, and instead of being iced over in points, it's mostly open at this point, and you can see the ruddy red water flowing down it. It's quite a bit out of its banks from where it was before. It's a bit more of a treacherous river to deal with. And hearing that roar of the river just starts to grow a little bit more and more as you get closer and closer to it. Intending to follow the path that you know, which would take you along the left side, the left bank, heading south. You travel for a good while, enjoying your conversation, enjoying the pleasant scenery, the occasional signs of wildlife off in the distance. Nothing large game, nothing worth going and testing out whether Silenus can help in a fight. Getting to show off his stuff. More so just, some small games, some, pretty changes of color here and there. But get towards the tail end of your travels for the day. I'd say we're late afternoon. You hear some shouting coming from up ahead, a little bit off to the west. AJ, would you like to join us and do some shouting?
Ooh.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and turn on my
boy.
camera. Yep. Hear from down the river. Hello? Please? Is anybody there? Help? Hello?
Do you hear that?
There's just like a few moments of Selena's not responding. Yes, I hear it.
Help?
Spur into Ivory a little bit more, pick up his pace.
It's this pleading voice. You try and kind of hone in on it. Seems to be coming from the river itself. As you get a little bit nearer, you can see an individual struggling to stay afloat in the rushing rapids of this overflown, engorged river. For Harsgold and Silenus and everybody else, AJ, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. Standing about halfway in the water, almost bobbing, there is a kind of stocky figure. She seems to be kind of flailing as she's holding something in her hands above her head that she doesn't want to get wet. She's bundled in all sorts of coats and cloth, and as she's going ahead and fighting against the rapids, you notice 2 fawn ears that pop out of the scarf that she has bundled around her neck, bouncing and bobbing with her body in the freezing waters of the Urnelv. She has light brown hair that sits in 2 large buns atop her head with little tiny peaks of horns beneath that seem to pop out from the ends.
So she's, sorry, just clarify. She's holding like a bundle that has little ears, or she has fawn ears?
She has
No, that's
fawn
she
ears.
has. Her horns stick out of her hair.
Her buns, yeah. And the buns
Okay.
are set above her ears. But
Yeah, she's holding something above her head,
Yep.
but that does not have
Gotcha.
ears.
Gotcha.
everything has ears. Ears all the way down.
I couldn't tell if she was like holding a deer above her head or if she had ears.
Retcon. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
20 strength, holding a whole deer.
Was it fawn? It was like a baby deer.
Oh, yeah, Harskull will come up a few months after Silenus has darted ahead. Harskull will get off his snow ram and quickly, using acrobatic movement, run across the water like nobody's business, and is first going to, seeing that this person is very intent on keeping whatever their package is safe, they're going to first shout, "All right, I'm coming to help, but do you want me to get this or that or you?"
Oh dear. Get my book. And she is going to try to turn slightly, but kind of brace against the waters, and throw her book in the direction of the voice.
Oh, okay, you're gonna throw it. All right, Harskull will try and catch this book.
You done did it.
Yeah, I guess I done did it.
Give me athletics. AJ?
Oh, an athletics to check it? Okay.
Hey, you can chuck it with the best of them.
Whoa.
All right, with an 18, Harskull, give me your best catch. You can do athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, just like Alfred, I'll do an acrobatics. 14.
Okay.
14, with the 18 well-guided toss, you are able to catch it with the 14 without too much trouble.
Silenus is digging around in his saddlebags and finds a length of rope, and he wraps it a couple times around one of the horns of ivory, and then over and wraps it around the second horn. And kind of quickly tries to tie it off, and then does his best to get up next to the edge of the river and toss the length of rope towards whoever this figure is.
Okay. We'll go acrobatics for your toss.
I'm so
about
glad.
than it is about the how far can you chuck it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
In the
not
wrist.
gonna be able to. Oop! Still not gonna be able to do that hot.
All right, it just sets the
Feels on
DC
brand.
high for Sephi to grab it. So
All right.
acrobatics on Sephi's end.
Whew. Okay.
Nice.
19.
Hey.
Bailing out over there with that 18 and a 16 there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes and it kind of lands a little bit behind, but you're able, now that the book's out of your hand, able to grab over and get a hold of this rope. giving you a tow line back to the shore.
Go ahead and take it. At this point, she's just going to kind of float up, and she's going to go ahead and kick her legs to go ahead and try to swim across the rapids.
Okay.
I'll try to get Ivory to back up a little bit too and help pull the
Okay.
rope as well.
Give me an athletics with advantage. There, AJ.
Okay.
It takes a little bit of it starting to float down the river rather than being like not pulling fast enough on the other side or tugging against those roaring rapids. But eventually you find your way soaking soppy wet at the shore of the Urinel. The lighter pieces of clothing and coats and furs and whatever you're wearing to keep warm are a little bit red tinted from your time in this red river. But you are safe ashore. I do need a con save from your chilly waters encounter. I love that the advantage roll was the lowest roll out of those four.
Wow.
Somehow.
Yeah.
21. You're chilled, but not to the point that like you've taken any damage or anything like that. Just very, very uncomfortable, very, very cold, and miserable here on the shore. But you are safe.
Yeah, she will gather herself together and just say, "Oh, where did you leave my book?"
Heartsgold is still holding the book.
Oh, perfect. And she'll just kind of like walk over to you. She kind of scrambles on over almost. Just this older satyr woman kind of scutters on over to you.
Yes, no, here is your book. I don't think it got wet. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. More so a little bit worried about the book, but it seems to be okay. I appreciate all of your help. And she'll kind of look between the two, and then over at the snow ram, who has the rope tied on its horns, and especially you. And we'll just go over and pat the snow ram on the snout.
May I ask first, what is your name and what are you doing out here, all by yourself?
My name is Sephi. It's a pleasure to go ahead and meet you, though I wish it was in better circumstances. I'm out here because I've been looking into the path of the magics around this place, and she'll kind of turn upstream and then turn downstream. But I think I got a little bit turned around.
Well, sounds very interesting, and I'm sure it would be much easier to think if you weren't cold and wet. I can help. Silenus will kind of dig into his bag again and pull out the bow to his fiddle, and kind of makes a motion with it and casts prestidigitation, and Sephi is from top to bottom blown dry. Just all the water is pushed off and left completely unsopping.
Wow, that was a nice little tune. You play music.
Well, clarification: he didn't actually play any music. He just used the
No,
violin
yeah. She's noting the magic that happened as a result of it.
Oh, gotcha. Well, yes, I do.
I see. Well, I suppose I can go ahead and do the same in turn, and she'll go ahead and look at Silenus's feet as his boots have gotten a little bit muddied from being at the banks of the Urnelv, and she'll go ahead and flip open her spell book, and she'll go ahead and cast Prestidigitation to clean up his shoes. As I believe this is now the second person who's gotten in good with the group by polishing shoes. Well, I suppose I gave you my name. Introductions in turn. Who might the two of you be, and why are you out this far?
My name is... No, my name is Silenus. I'm heading to the... heading to the forest, south.
Past the Dristicfell Mountains?
Before the Dristicfell, but maybe past if I need to try the other side as well.
And she'll turn over towards Harsgold.
Try the other side. Never mind. Yes, sorry, my name is Harsgold Prixion. A pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I am accompanying this good fellow here, and then I'm also making my way around to make some arrangements for another group that I'm traveling with.
Well, I suppose we probably won't run into too many more people out here outside of the tribes, but if you're heading to the forest, would it be okay if I accompany you?
Well, you said you were looking for the path of the magic?
Oh, now that all of the storms are past, I've been looking into a little bit of the ley lines, just making sure that everything's in tip-top shape for a place like Torsland.
Are you... I assume you're not from here. What, are you from the college in Riyadh?
Absolutely.
I see. Very, had the pleasure a few weeks ago of doing some research in the library there.
School wasn't much for me, so I forged out on my own. But now that I'm out here, I have a place out in the Rofderdalen, on the other side of the mountains. So I was going to go ahead and probably just head back there.
All right. You aren't... I was there not long ago. It was not a... Things were not well there.
Oh, I do some trading with the Skigastrom clan and the Isbjorn clan, but it's been a while since I've gone ahead and given any goods over there. I suppose I help them out with trinkets and enchantments and things.
Well, I think it was good fortune that you had not spoken with Isbjorn for that time.
What happened?
There were some well, you were aware of the weather, the storms that you mentioned.
Oh, yes.
There was a group that was working with the Isbjorn that was perpetuating those.
They were making storms? I thought it was just a natural occurrence.
He kind of glances at Harsgold, already revealing way more than he wanted to have revealed to Harsgold. No, there was the Eastbjorn had gotten their hands on um well, a group of people working with the Eastbjorn had gotten their hands on a very powerful piece of magic.
Oh.
That was causing the winter to not end.
Well, maybe I'll go ahead and check in with them, make sure that that good boy Elijah is doing all right. But other than that, I suppose I can just accompany you over to the woods. Are you fancying yourself a log cabin? I heard the wood out there is quite nice.
Oh, there's a bit of magic I need to do myself. I'm hoping that that will be a good place.
Well, shall we get on our way then, as all new friends?
Yes, well, it does seem that the two of us have mounts. Sephi, you have you just been traveling on foot?
Oh, yes. If I could go ahead and hop up there with you, I don't take up too much space. Just gonna tighten in a little bit, and it doesn't change her stout appearance much.
Silenus doesn't let out the internal sigh that's definitely going on. But he is smaller than Harsgold. So yes, I suppose that would be fine. There should be space.
And which snow room is yours? It couldn't be this good boy. And she'll go ahead and pat the snout of the snow room once again.
Silenus works in unwrapping the rope from Ivory's horns and looping it back together. Yes, this is Ivory. We've been traveling together for a little while now.
Well, you first. And I can just kip up behind you.
Yes, and you can tell me about the what you found in your studies of the ley lines.
Of course.
Yes, it seems we have a lot to hear about. So many things about the ley lines and the winter that seems to have had a source material.
And if Silenus hops on Ivory, Sephi definitely struggles a bit to hop up. She does the thing where she kind of like leaps over, and like her chest and belly are like on the back. She has to kind of like adjust a little bit. Probably not fun for Ivory, but
Yeah, Ivory had it easy. He was carrying the lightest person in the group for for quite a long time.
Yeah, you're no Yofordir.
Yeah. The two of us, the two of us satyrs combined, make one Yofordir.
All right, well, another stater picked up.
Yes, it's been a couple of years since I spoke to another satyr.
oh, I think for me it's probably been a bit longer, but it's nice.
Yes.
On the shore of the Earnelve, being briefly introduced to each other and what you're all doing out here and what you're intending to accomplish. And getting all packed back up on the snow rams with 2 satyrs on one and a vampire on the other.
Mhm.
On the road again?
Nope. Yes.
We're
I
just
won't
staying
sing it.
still.
We're not going to get copyright struck.
No, no. You start back on the path, traveling along the eastern bank of the Urnelv, heading south, and as stated, this was about late afternoon when you came across Sephi and her unfortunate dire straits that she was in, or more so her book was in. It seemed to be that was the more in peril portion of it. But successfully saving both her and her book, and gaining another traveling companion. So the 3 of you continue along the banks, getting to about a time where going to need to be figuring out some place to stop for the night to not pose too much risk of exhaustion to anybody or to your mounts.
Well, we should probably start looking for at least some foothills or something to get a good bank to set up camp, don't you think?
That's a bad idea.
Say that
I'm-
Silenus, give me a history check.
Sure.
Or survival. You can pick.
No, you have to do history.
I think I'd rather do history.
I kind of actually figured that was the way that one would go.
Ooh, baby, look at that.
All right, you're pretty dead set in your mind that if you pushed like another 4 hours, you could get to your good friend Slor's cave, or you could just set up camp and not have to deal with it.
Under no circumstances is Silenus going to mention that Slore exists to these people.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yes, I think it would be a very, very good idea to find a place as relatively nearby that we can.
Yeah, Harsgold, I think, would like to take point on that, I guess.
Okay.
Do you want to do like a perception or like a nature or survival?
Depends on what you how you're wanting to go about it. You can give me an argument for it to be survival, nature, or perception.
I think utilizing Harsgold's like understanding of how the terrain moves usually in the country, and he's been through here once or twice before. Alongside his trapping, huh?
That sounds like a nature check.
Okay, yeah, I argued my way into the worst option. All right, here we go.
Hey.
All right.
Not bad. You'll find a pretty good spot that's up out of the like very bottom of the valley, so you're not like right next to the water, but within a decent distance that it wouldn't be too bad to go collect water if you need water for camp. But you'll be hopefully be able to avoid most creatures that be coming down to drink at night, predators and whatnot. And have a little bit of a secluded location where you can have pretty good eyes, but have defenses at your cliff side at your back.
Harsgold seems pretty content with that. All right, Mr. Silenus, I think you have a surprise for me, right?
I do. Uh, Silenus, dismounts. He helps get the other snow rams set up, and then he pulls out his own spell book, um, um, and flips through a few pages, and takes a few minutes. It's about 10 minutes to ritually cast Liamon's tiny hut. And so, kind of backed up against this, um, like a bank of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, included, so kind of backed up. It was like a bank, and then like, was there like hills or a cliff or?
Yeah, you're up against a little bit of a cliff side, so that the
Okay.
back of the hut will actually be up against a wall.
Yes, that was the idea. So back up against the cliffside, and the outside of the hut is the same color as the rocks on the cliff. Yeah, so Salinas kind of sits down on a little rock and starts reading his book, and after 10 minutes, this dome appears around him.
Okay, quick question as we're describing this. As Selena sits down on this rock, where are Sephi and Harsgold?
Sephi's gonna sit on another rock nearby Salinas and just kind of
Okay.
pop open her book, and just kind of read for a bit, look over at Salinas, keep on reading.
Yeah,
What about Harsgold?
Harsgold would be tying Sweet Drop to a nearby tree or something
Okay.
sturdy, taking care of her.
All right, so as Salinas casts this spell, the hut appears, Sephi inside it with Salinas, and one moment, Arsgold, you're out there and you're tying the rope, and then you look back and it's like, well, the edge of the cliff looks a little bit different than you thought it was when you picked it out, but don't know where everybody went. They were sitting there just a moment ago.
Sweet Drop, I think we're alone.
Is the temperature on the inside different, Salinas?
Yeah, so the temperature on the inside is like a nice, like 70, 73, compared to what I assume the outside is much chillier.
Oh yeah, at this
Oh.
point in time outside, we'd be talking 40s.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
probably like a good 30 degrees warmer inside.
Harsgold, noticing the side of the embankment is different than he once found it. He will go to inspect it, looking for his companions. Does he phase through it if he tries to touch through?
Yeah,
Okay.
so just let him in.
Oh,
He like goes
wow.
to touch the solid thing and stumbles through.
Slowly, and then poke his head through. Oh, this is wonderful. Uh, this is your surprise, Linus.
Yes,
You-
that you would not need to sleep in the cold.
He'll fully step in and just you'll see him almost like a dog, just like all over, just yeah, radiating in the heat. Oh, wonderful. No, thank you so much. This is such a treat. I am very, very jealous right now of you magic users.
Do we need to pay you at all? And Sephi goes ahead and takes out like a small pouch that she has.
Oh, no.
I mean, you're giving us a place to stay. It's very nice.
Well, it doesn't cost me anything.
Well, you should not always be so kind. Nothing in this world is for free, Silenus. Unfortunately, that's a lesson that's hard learned.
Well, I don't need your money, but perhaps we can exchange stories. Or I could. Always happy to hear more about what's going on in the world.
I'd be very, very. I can accommodate that. If you
Stephanie, perhaps we can trade spell books and see if there's anything that we might want to share with each other.
Oh, I suppose we could, but this one's a little bit personal to me. Happy to go ahead and
alright.
show you maybe some pages in it, but I might have to hold it tight for now. I write my diary in here too.
I see, of course. I would not want to intrude on the privacy. It's something I would never do.
Wait a minute! Wait a damn minute!
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Oh, I had to. Oh, it was too good.
Sephi is gonna go ahead and use her Leyline Savant ability to see if are there any ley lines nearby where we are, like a mile out.
Let me look at.
This whole time, whenever we talk overlays, it's actually over LEY because it's ley lines. So.
No, there wouldn't be right here. No.
Sophie will go ahead and cast light just on like a corner of her book as it kind of glows, and the way that it projects upwards, it's almost like an aurora inside of this little hood.
Turned on the dream light.
Yeah. It's like one of those the moon lamps that it projects up the constellations. But she'll just kind of kick her feet a little bit on the rock. So, who's going to go ahead and start off the stories?
Well, I'm very interested in how this winter is ended, and I think that one of us here knows the answer.
Well, Silenus pulled out a different book. That's not his spell book. It's the journal that he's been using to take his notes.
Arsgold eyes that up so intently.
Well, we have well, like I said, I will start by telling you a story, a fairy tale. In Torsland, there's a story about the changing of the seasons, of summer and winter, of life and of dying. And there were two figures that were associated with those, with the lifeblood of summer, battle, and with the cold snow of winter. And neither of these figures were the 6 gods. These are fairy tales of Torsland, of the Viben Sandglut and the Frost Jeanette, the King of Blood and the Queen of Winter. And in the Driskfell Mountains, there was a group of people imprisoned the Queen of Winter. She used her power for their own purpose. And in doing so, blanketed the land in an unending winter. And in this fairy tale, a group of heroic adventurers climbed the mountain, so braved the icy peaks, and fought this group with the light of goodness in their heart, and defeated this evil cult, and freed all of the prisoners that they had taken from the land, and freed the Queen of Winter, and in so brought back the summer.
Scope will sit there and rock as he hears the story, just slowly taking in all the words that Silenus says.
In truth, it wasn't a fairy tale, and heroes didn't have the light of goodness in their heart. And 2 of them died along the way. But they did free a being of great elemental power from the clutches of a cult. And it did seem to bring or stop whatever storm of winter there was.
So you say that was your group? I presume?
It was.
And who did you lose?
Someone very important to me.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
It's all right. It's had reason to be reminded recently of the that the good of the world is bigger than a couple of people.
The cult that you were talking about, is that the one who joined up with the Isbjorn clan?
Yes.
And so
If you-
now... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
And so now you are on a mission to this altar, you said earlier. Does that have anything to do with what happened there, or?
Yes, it does. I'm hoping to speak with this being.
Oh. So your work is not yet done.
No. That's it's I don't know if my work will ever be done.
Our school just laugh at that. I know the feeling all too well. And so, Sefi, you knew most of the Espion, correct?
Right. I traded with them some time ago. I suppose they're a little bit more grown up now. But, I knew all the heads. There was little Elijah. He was a little bit of a scamp, but grew up into a big, strong man. Kinsley was another one. There was Vitali as well. He was always angry. And then Evers. I think those were the four. You'll have to forgive me. My memory isn't once what it was. That's why I have to kind of write everything down, and she'll kind of pat the top of
Sure.
the book.
Well, not sure how many of those people are still there.
Right. Did your journeys ever take you to the Skiggerstrom clan at all?
No, we didn't. We were avoiding the other tribes as much as possible.
I know that the Isbjorns were a little bit peeved. Something about some sort of raid, but isn't that just the way that things go? I mean, people constantly have to live with raids out here. That's why I'm glad I have my cabin in the woods.
Yes.
And is it just you out there in the cabin, or do you have a family out there, or?
Oh, no family. When I left Riab, I guess I kind of left that and lost people along the way, but I've made new friends too. And Sefi will go ahead and put out her arm, and you notice that her sleeve rustles a little bit before the head of a small serpent comes out and flicks its tongue. It is hollow-eyed, but the entirety of its body, as it continues to kind of slink out and roll back onto Sefi's forearm, is covered in almost constellations, very similar to the aurora that's above everybody right now.
What a beautiful specimen. Are they friendly?
Oh, I'd say so. I guess he's getting up there in age too, but this is Ophiuchus. And she'll go ahead and kind of push forward with her arm over towards Harsgold.
Harsgold is very ready and very excited. Very cautious though, coming up towards what did you say the name was? I'm sorry?
Oh, Ophiuchus is his name.
Ophiuchus. Yes. Hello, little one. It is nice to meet you. I am Harsgold.
Just like a dog, he'll go ahead and turn into the pets until he just like fully rolls over, and the snake goes like belly up.
Oh, is that good?
Oh, yes. He seems to like you quite a bit. You can hold him if you want.
May I?
Of course. she'll just take him off of her arm and just like drop him onto Harsgold's hand, and he just kind of piles up a little bit, just like moving his head, slinking back and forth, thwipping out his tongue.
Harsgold is quite entranced. What? Thank you for this. This is quite wonderful.
I guess we're talking about the two of us, but Harsgold, you're not from around here?
No, I am quite not used to the cold as well. I am from Teloria. Very strong independent states. But
Yes.
good trade there. My daughter is back home, and she's waiting for me to make my rounds and bring home a little bit of cash. But yes, no, Torsland is not my home, and I'm quite excited to make an exit soon enough.
What part of Teloria?
You want a map?
Yeah,
Possibly.
I keep throwing all these. I keep on throwing all these questions that they aren't. That Dustin isn't prepared for.
Possibly.
See if I can find one.
Yeah, I went to like the World Anvil page trying to make Harsgold, and I was like, I need more things, I think. Like things that have been available to us as players in the past, but are in so many different locations that I'm just like, I don't know where.
Give me a second here.
I might have a map actually.
You don't have the one I'm going to send, or I'm gonna link you to. It's too high res to send through Discord. So
Oh,
You did too good of a job.
well, they'll let me do 4K and beyond now on Inkarnate. I'm like, I love that for zooming in, but it's not great for being able to share with people because it's pretty big. Okay, I swear there it is. Okay. Put that in here. Do a little magic.
Mm.
On no.
That should give you a pretty good, unless you're wanting to be from a small town, that'll give you a pretty good selection of places.
Yeah, I think when I had looked at the World Anvil, I think I'd originally picked somewhere close to Portsmouth. Being a trader and everything, I figured that would make.
It's a primary Western port.
Yes, I got started in Portsmouth, or I'm originally from Fallowell, but I based in Portsmouth That's where I've come to find home and have done most of my trading in recent years.
I see. I've been to Portsmouth before. Or through, at least.
Well, it's a good place. At least well connected enough that many doctors are around. Oh, we have a pet.
Yes, I imagine. There's always a good audiences there.
Oh, we would be very happy to have someone like you come and perform. I don't think I've had many good performances the last time that I was there. Back home.
Well, yes, there's no
That
lack
is if
for.
I was gonna say that is if you're not too busy saving the world.
Well, I don't know about that. I haven't been performing like that with my family in a couple of years.
Well, well, you've been quite busy, haven't you? Do you have plans on seeing them soon, or?
Uh, no, it's a little bit hard for me to see them. I believe they're in Burrell now, regardless.
You believe? Do they travel a lot?
Yes,
Or
you
oh
mentioned
yes,
that I grew up
that's right.
traveling.
Correct, right. My bad. Uh, I don't think I have been to Barrow in quite some time. It would be a lot better than here in Torsland right now.
Well, uh, as a trader, it might not be quite as safe. I hear that the seas are infested with pirates.
Oh, are they now? I don't think that I've heard of that.
Well, perhaps it would be good to be safe on the way back. The Reapers have kind of declared almost a war against the country. Perhaps leaving out of moral would be safer.
Thank you for the information. That is quite the eye-opener there.
Silver, I'm not just spouting BS, right? That is, I'm remembering correctly.
Mhm.
Okay.
I had the same fear.
I'll,
every
I
I'll,
time I
just
I'll
wanted-
interrupt with complete BS. So
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
yep,
Always
you're good.
scared about saying something.
Yeah.
Well, as heroes, did you have a run-in with these pirates?
No. Just have. Hear things around.
You seem quite well-traveled yourself.
Oh, I mean, yes, I've done a bit. I'd say.
Are you in one of those groups that go around? I mean, you mentioned heroes. Was it more of a divine quest, or well, you did mention that you didn't have the light of goodness in your heart.
Well, not like a fairy tale. Um, no. Yes, there's a group. Was a group I was in with for a little while.
So he's just staring at Silenus.
But yes,
Oh,
we have,
I'm so sorry. You said you lost two of them. I shouldn't have brought that up. Oh, that was so wrong of me.
no, it's all right. No, we've gone some of our separate ways for the moment.
Oh, so you lost all of them then? That's even worse.
Oh, they're still alive. They're just not here.
Right, but I mean, oh,
I think that sometimes a little time apart might be good for some groups as well. You have
Perhaps.
things that you had to do, and I'm sure that they had things that they had to do. And one day you will be all reunited, won't you?
I hope so.
Well, that is what we cling to, isn't it? That that hope. The same thing that ties all of us together. We all hope for a better tomorrow.
Yes. Hope for. No. Hope for a better tomorrow for your child. You have a partner as well.
No. It is just me. My wife, she was also dealing with very much a similar thing that my daughter is dealing with, and but passed on unrelated some years back. It
I
was
see.
a combination of some things, but we still have. Well, I still have hope in my daughter.
Of course.
Are the two of you seeing anybody? No family for you, Sephi?
no.
You said
Just, just me and
just
Ophiuchus.
friends.
Friends where I can get them, but the one thing that I've learned about Torsland after leaving Riab and relying more so on the kindness of all of these clans is that they have their own sort of dynamics. So sometimes you can get a warm place to stay. People are quite kind, and other times they close themselves off to one another because they're readying for war against each other. It's a flip of a coin sometimes, which side they're on. But much like you, I would hope for a better future. If everybody could come together, that would be quite nice.
And
It
wouldn't
is better
this
to
be?
trade. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I, it is better to trade than to be at war. In my in the history of what I found.
Sefi, I would be interested in hearing about the ley lines. Um, it's not something that I've done a lot of study on. Um, a long time ago, a while ago, I read a book about the aether well springs around the world. and a bit about that, but that's about all I've learned about how that works.
Sure. I mean, I learned that there was magic in the sky, magic in the ground, and the magic that we each bear. And though it is synonymous with all sorts of terms, aether is a common one that I hear academics use. Ley lines feels a little bit more natural. And Torsland has plenty, but oh, those storms, they were so dense. It almost made it hard to get anywhere. But now that they're freed up, I've just been tracing them around. To be completely candid, I even checked to see if there were any around us. Sometimes tapping into them, it can bolster your own abilities. And if I'm going to show off to a capable caster such as yourself, then obviously we need to find a ley line stat. But you mentioned that you're heading off into the forest?
Yes.
There's magics in the forest, too.
So I would be curious to hear there on the travels came across an altar in the forest.
And if I
I'd
did,
be
why
curious.
would I bother with it?
No, I was saying I did.
Oh. You
Oh,
found an
and so
altar
it'd
in the
be-
forest.
Yes.
And
So I would be curious if you know where the ley lines are, if one ran over it.
now, don't tell me that you... did you mess with the altar in any way?
Me personally?
Oh, there I go again. If that's not one of the reasons why you lost one of your group, I'm so very sorry.
It wasn't, but the altar was messed with.
So you are going to restore it?
Um, Something like that.
You go to mess with it again.
I'm going to mess with it again.
I understand you now, Silenus.
I don't necessarily think that's the greatest of ideas. I mean, one of the reasons I've been able to go about my business is because I don't mess with altars in the forest.
And that's probably wise. And under most circumstances, I'd probably heed that warning.
So,
Thankfully, I sort of know what to expect this time, and I'm hoping that a simple offering will achieve what I wish.
an offering to the other character from your story, Mr. Sanglut.
Perhaps an offering to this being of winter.
Oh, interesting.
Now, did your group part because of your differing ideals of seeking communion with, I think, as you put it, beings outside of the gods?
Well, there are many beings outside of the gods.
Right. But I suppose it's just dangerous. Just kind of
Oh, well,
turn
yes.
over it a little bit.
Right,
Ah.
to go outside the purview of the Pantheon. It is something many would not dare to do.
Well, Truthfully, I did not want to get you wrapped up in it if you did not want to be.
Oh, I am not saying that it is unwelcome. I am just curious as to what your intentions are. Did he cut out for y'all?
Pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Is that our word?
As a word for our Thursday game. Just poured it on over. You're back now.
Okay. Conversation, perhaps let's see what will come of it.
That I can live with.
Well, I would happily stay with the snow rums. Somebody has to watch them, of course.
Of course.
Yes, I'm sure Sweet Drop and Ivory would enjoy the company. We wouldn't want to leave Snowrams unattended. It's dangerous out here in the forest.
It's dangerous out here near the... You're an elf, too. I do appreciate you both helping me out of the river. Got a little bit too close. Kind of slipped in.
Oh, I had a thought to ask, but I figured it might be rude. As to how you got into your predicament.
Right. Have you ever read something so good that your eyes aren't necessarily looking where you're going? That's all it was. Embarrassing.
While I do enjoy a good book, I usually sit down for it.
Right. I don't know that sitting could necessarily be afforded unless you have something like this, and short gesture to the hut above us.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you find a good cave, settle down for the evening. You know, the internal temperatures in there are quite nice sometimes.
Yes, I do
Yes.
actually. Had to seek shelter quite a few times on the road.
Who's got meal duty?
Oh shit. At a stomach rumbling, Harsgold will pick himself up and excuse himself to go hunt some game.
But that dark vision use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is about time for supper, so we have some dried meats, but I'd prefer something a little bit fresher if we could. Perhaps the stream
Well, I
even.
appreciate it.
Yeah, Harskull will go fishing, actually. See if
Okay.
he can catch something.
Take advantage when Zedger's not around.
Yeah.
This is where AJ informs us all of his characters hate fish.
No, I think Seffi's down for some fish.
Okay. Give me a survival and
Excellent.
a ranged weapon attack.
Okay. Good.
So, dex check plus your proficiency. Assuming this is not your first time fishing, so.
Dex check plus proficiency.
Yep.
+3 +4. Okay, I'll just do. I don't have a weapon.
No, that's why I
Yeah.
said that. Just do it with.
I appreciate you.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Nice.
You come back with quite the catch. Um, enough to easily feed the three of you, as well as enough to probably cover the next day or two. Um, roll me 3d6s.
Do I have to cook outside?
No.
Does
Well, three,
Uh,
yeah, 3d8. Sorry,
Oh,
3d8.
you're good.
The hut will let smoke out, so you can cook within the hut.
Interesting.
So you have
It's not
18
it's not
pounds of
airtight.
fish.
18 pounds
Damn.
of fish.
I mean, to be fair, that's just like 3 or 4 good sized heavy fish.
That's a good catch. I think anybody would be
Yeah.
very happy with that. Yeah, no, Harskull will come back and he'll all right, well, fish is on the menu. Uh he'll sit down and start smoking some of the meat and frying some of the rest, or I guess not frying but roasting.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it shouldn't take terribly long. He'll get just have them skewer
You
it
get
up
the
for them.
fish smoked up, ready to go. If anybody has anything else to add to it, that's up to you. Anybody carrying any seasonings or whatever. But ultimately, end up with a nice fresh catch meal, much better than rations. And good, albeit a little bit uncomfortable company, as we've delved into some things and people talking about things they maybe didn't necessarily plan on talking about.
A little
But
earlier.
ultimately, have a nice meal, and then if you have anything else you wish to do before resting for the night, it's up to you.
Um, Harskull is happy to continue holding this wonderful coil in his hand for a bit, and then he'll uh, return them to their owner, and then take care of Sweet Drop. Not nothing too crazy afterwards, just light prayers, and then honestly just bed. He's a very simple man, or at least on the road.
Okay. Sephi, Silenus.
Sephi will go ahead and take a torch out of her pack. And she's just going to kind of like put it into the ground and about the center of the space. And then she's going to go ahead and use magical tinkering on it. So that she can go ahead and cast out even more than before, just kind of like a stationary image of a starlit sky and then kind of a moon in the distance.
Nice.
And she'll look at Silenus and say, I hope you don't mind the ambiance. It helps me go to sleep to see the sky at night.
It is fine. Silenus will summon Galfrank. A small puff of smoke, black cat sitting on his lap. And allow Galfrank to get a perch on, if there's a good place on the cliff that's still within the dome. And just keep watching if or anything that might come up. Wake one of the other two up if you see something that's trying to get in. Linus is self-aware enough to know that the cat's not going to be able to wake him up.
Galfrank takes the orders. Anything else from Sephi?
No, she'll go ahead
Okay.
and bed down. Ophiuchus will just kind of like slither back into one of her sleeves as she's going to go ahead and put both of her hands. Although her bun is actually against the ground, kind of crunching in the snow, enough for it to be a good lift off of the ground. So
You're actually the location that Harsgold found. You found dry ground.
it's dry ground. Happy days.
Yeah, at least a little bit. Dry enough. It's not mud.
Okay. Yeah. Then
We'll take
Sephi will
it.
take off one of her scarves. Go ahead and kind of wrap her hair so it doesn't get dirty at all. And then she'll lay her bun in a bonnet down on the ground.
Before fully going to bed, Horoscope will head over to Silenus and inquire. Silenus, would you like to take a watch tonight, just in case? I can go ahead and take the first one if you would like to get some shut-eye.
I've the other great thing about the yes, gestures around him, is nothing else can get in.
Not at all.
No. Just the three of us.
So nothing can walk through just like I walked through?
Nope.
Oh, man of magic. I thank you very much.
And Alfrank will keep watch for us. And he'll wake one of us up if there's a problem.
Oh, this
He gestures to the cat. He gestures to the cat. The cat that's on the cat on the cliff.
I do not recall seeing him with us this time. Where has he been saddling up?
Well, he doesn't always have to be here.
More magic, I presume?
Yes, kind of waves, and there's a small puff of smoke, and the cat disappears, and then the cat reappears. The cat has a very nonplussed look on its face.
You're doing this? Well, wonderful. He'll gesture up to Galfrank. I thank you for your service and for your watch tonight. I appreciate it very much. And with that, Harzko will sleep soundly. Hope bid Silenus a good night. Unless there's anything else.
Silenus waits a little bit after the two of them fall asleep and just kind of watches, and considers who he's with now. Before he does what he's started doing, kind of uncomfortably, but trying to be better about doing consistently. Saying a prayer to Aurora. Kind of looking up at the lights playing on the inside of this dome. Now looks up. Very simply, please keep the others safe. And please tell me what I need to be doing. And then he'll become his nightly ritual, slips the ring off of his finger, and puts it around the puts it on the chain that he once held keys on, and goes to bed.
The chain he once held keys on.
All right. As everybody finally decides to rest for the evening, Alfred's on watch with instructions to wake anybody other than Silenus if something happens. Snow rims tied up outside in secure locations, and a peaceful night of 0 to at minimal at best cloud cover, which is a very different sight than what has been here for the last months for all of you that have been traveling through the area. And take your night's rest. After some sleeping, peaceful rest, Silenus. As you drift off to sleep, it takes a little bit. All the thoughts going through your head that you had right there before you decided to follow through with your prayer and ritual of taking off the ring of mind shielding. Find yourself in an open meadow. Long grasses. I would guess late Sonman, early Ernmon time of year. Grasses are turning a little bit brown. There's still tinges of green in them. Out middle of an empty plain, an empty meadow. It feels like Avaria. Maybe Tellurria. Doesn't really matter. It's a safe location. It's a location you haven't been in a long time. And there's a certain amount of sense of home to it. Not that you ever really lived here for any extended period of time, but there's just a comfort that sits with it. Like, this is where you're supposed to be. Nowhere in your thoughts do you drift to the botched job or any of the terrors that you and Kiesel endured. It feels like you are without that weight, without the weight of anything that has happened since your father got sick. The freedom of youth. The endless opportunities. You hear a voice call off in the distance. Sounds like your mother calling you back to camp, calling you back to the circus. Oh, it must be dinner. Or maybe the show's about to start. Maybe it's time to break camp. Kind of a flood of a muddled mixture of thoughts. But it is your mother calling. We heed that call, unless we have good reason not to. And the swaying grasses whistling in the wind are not good enough reason to not heed the call. As you head towards your mother's voice, heading off, but you think just over the next hillside. Just, one hillside more. Traveling, picking up speed, hoofs digging into the dust. And it just seems like the earth is just like shaking. Your feet go unsteady. You start to waver, rolling back and forth, shifting back and forth. And your eyes open. Sephi looking down at you.
Silenus. Hey, are you awake?
I am now. What is going on?
Right, so you said that we were safe inside of here, but I heard something out there, and I just don't feel very safe. And she's gonna clutch the unlit torch that she's taken from the center, and she's kind of gripping, like one would a baseball bat.
I I promise that it's. Is it still like the middle of the night?
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty unsure as to like what hour it is, but it's definitely still pitch black out.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's sound.
Right, that's what I said. That's why I woke you up. There was a sound.
No, it was. Oh, it must have been great effort to wake me up. What kind of sound was it?
It was like a It sounded like something hitting the ground.
Like a. If you have another source of light, would that help?
Oh, I can manage just fine. She goes ahead and casts light on the torch in front of Silenus, just like a bright blast, like a flashbang.
Just just fully like pupils. Pupils try to contract. Oh, well, I'm a bit more awake now. Oh boy. Well. What did you want to do about this noise?
Oh, that's why I deferred to you. You're the one who kind of casted the spell, and I didn't know if I walk outside of it, is it just gonna poof? You know, some magic's contingent upon you staying in a stationary position. So if you walk outside of it, it just kind of. But I didn't know, so I woke you up.
What if? Sure, if I walk out of it, it will poof. But you and Harsgold can leave and go back.
Well, she'll look over at Harsgold. Well, I don't want to wake him up. He's sleeping so peacefully.
Yes, I was sleeping so peacefully.
Look at his coffin over there.
Okay. It's not because he's a vampire, but like, even I sleep like that. It's just comfy.
Okay. No, it's the judgment-free zone.
But yeah, no, Herskel's like laying over there like stiff as a plank. His arms are not crossed; they're more like just down by his side.
Well, you're awake now, so maybe you could just keep watch with me a little bit. Sit out there. We could go back to back.
Sure, we can. Yeah, for a little bit, just to make sure that nothing happens. He the office, turning to the camera, turns and looks at Galfrank. Yeah, sure. Perhaps you can show me one of your one of the spells your favorite spell in your book.
Sure.
You can tell me about that.
Yep. I suppose. What? She kind of like holds up the torch, over in the direction where Silenus is looking. What is that? The thing out there.
Is there a thing out there?
Talking about Galfrank.
Oh, you're talking about Galfrank? Oh, that's Galfrank. That's
And he froze.
Oh no!
And that's Galfrank.
I guess we'll never know. Okay.
I only got part of it.
That's Galfrank cut out immediately.
This is such a good reaction.
Got him.
It was such an epic moment. You just had to freeze, let it sink in.
It's my cat. Just like you have your snake.
Oh. Okay. I suppose that makes sense. Do you want your cat to join us?
He's sure, yeah, I mean if it would make you feel better.
Absolutely.
All right.
She goes back to where
Yeah, Galfrank picks his way down the rocks and comes and joins and looks at Silenus and he just kind of like gestures and he goes and climbs in her lap.
Sephi will go ahead and where the torch originally was, she'll go to the center of the dome and just kind of like sit out to the point where she's looking up against that wall that you put the hut beside. Just kind of crane her neck up a little bit, kind of try to look out the transparent top.
So, what's your favorite spell
Oh,
that you
out
have in
of
your book?
all of them, I suppose it's most of the fire ones. Um, there's this, there is this nifty one that I can cast. Let me. She kind of like takes out her book, kind of scooting Galfrank over in her lap, before she like flips it open. There's a. It's almost a shield that I can conjure. It's quite helpful.
I see.
What's yours?
I have a Well, that's a good question. Well, I suppose the one that uh, one that I've used for a while. Um, it summons, yeah, a fighter to help defend people and to aid me.
Oh, how very soldier of you.
Well, I've told Harsgold this. I don't really know how to use a sword. I need other people to do it for me.
Uh, I appreciate you being out here to go ahead and watch with me for a little bit. I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't just your cat who spooked me. I heard something louder.
Well, it's it's better to be safe. But yes, we should be nothing should be able to get through here. But we can watch and make sure there's nothing too interested in us.
Sure. Just kind of sit back.
Steffi, give me a con save with advantage. And Silenus, give me a con save.
Oh, is this for if I fall asleep again?
Way to drop that one. Okay. Both do a good job of staying up through the night, keeping watch.
Oh. FYI, Silenus does not stay up through the entire night.
Fair.
He will stay up. He will stay awake for like a 2-hour watch, the equivalent of a 2-hour watch. And if nothing shows itself, he's going to go back to bed.
Okay.
So if you'll grab him by the
Oh,
sleeve.
a couple hours go past.
Okay.
You both keeping watch, and then get to that point where Selena's just like, okay, I gotta get the beauty sleep, the non-exhaustion sleep. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's not even BD sleep.
Beauty sleep came and went 3 hours ago.
Yeah, so if you'll just look over towards Silenus and say, "Oh, are you going to bed? It's still dark
Well,
out."
Well, yes, that's normally when people sleep. If there was anything, I think it would have shown itself. But a Galfrank will stay awake with you, and he'll keep watching with you.
Okay. I think that'll be okay. I appreciate it, Silenus.
But remind me next time I can cast another spell to keep watch over us. Also keep watch over us for tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. Sure. Gee.
And
she'll turn 180 degrees. So now she's looking out at kind of the expanse. And her eyes will just kind of like drift over to Silenus as he goes to sleep. She'll just watch out.
Pass the rest of the night. Getting mostly good night's rest. Harsgold's. He's great.
Mhm.
Everything's good
yeah,
there.
beauty sleep.
Yeah, he looks 10 times prettier the next day. No, you'll sleep the rest of the night away, those that are sleeping, and keep watch to not see anything of real note. Some deer, some huskies. You see just like various creatures at different times move through. More so as morning's approaching. There's a lot more activity starts to pick up. But the night passes and everybody awakens to the 34th day of sun. And we'll say you have a fair bit of trouble getting Silenus to wake up. He's been denied his full night's sleep. His body has decided he is sleeping as long as possible, as it usually does.
Yep.
So no early start, and since he's kind of the leader of this determining the direction everybody's going, it's kind of a Harsgold and the Sephi. You have a bit where it's just the two of you in the morning. Opportunity to make some breakfast and chit chat, just the two of you.
Yeah. A little bit into your chit chat and getting ready, the dome would drop, and you'd be
Fair.
exposed
Yeah.
back to the outside air again.
Yeah, at which point, I think in getting ready for the morning, Harsco would have made a small fire for breakfast. So at least there would be some sort of warmth. But definitely a sharp shout, or not a sharp shout, but a quiet shout from underneath his breath as the cold bites back into him. Good morning, Miss Sephi. I'm getting some of last night's fish together. Would you like any?
Oh, absolutely. I can probably help if you need.
I would appreciate it, yeah. More hands make less work.
She'll go over and I guess in the previous night had Harsgold like cooked the fish over a flame.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she'll go ahead and do her best to mimic that the same way it was on one side before swapping to the other, and kind of grill these fish alongside him.
Did you sleep well?
Oh, not quite. I heard a noise in the night, so I ended up waking up Silenus. I would have woke you up, but you were so peacefully sleeping over there, and it was kind of his dome. I heard you make mention of the fact that you were jealous of us two casters. Do you have abilities yourself?
Well, I am able to sort of move the energy within my body, but unlike the two of you, I cannot produce anything outside in terms of like a flame or this dome that we had last night.
It was quite
But-
impressive.
Yes, no, quite impressive. But my abilities lie more with my hands. I can do some good redirecting of energy with those.
Do you find being in the cold to be any sort of issue with being able to channel your body's energy?
I don't believe so. It does take another minute to get more limber, but that's just more of a personal thing than an ability.
I heard that some people who are a little more athletic do stretches. Do you do stretches, Harsgold?
Yes, I do yoga every morning. Actually, would you like to join me for some?
Sure, you're going to have to teach me. I don't know how to do things like that.
Well, it is not too difficult. It's actually something that you probably would want to do as you
So
get up in age.
no. Okay.
I sometimes I'm not the best with words. Oh,
It's okay. I guess just kind of like look at herself a little bit. Sure.
but everybody could use some, so join me.
All right.
He'll start with like some warrior pose, and then as we can't really get down to onto the ground, um, there are some, as you said, like dry patches, but he's not about to do any like cat dog on this ground. But after like 15-20 minutes of showing a few things, Harskull will sort of shift his shoulders back in place and, well, how was that? Do you feel better?
I guess I don't really feel much different. Just kind of like shake her arms a little bit. But I'll take your word for it. Maybe it's one of those things that you have to practice a few times. Like magic. And she'll kind of hold up her book.
Yes. Is that something that you can just learn, I guess? You're not born with that, no?
No, I studied a lot to go ahead and be able to cast these spells specifically. Well, Silenus was actually talking with me last night about what my favorite spell is.
Oh, yes.
I guess if you do yoga, then what's your favorite yoga pose?
Perhaps what they call child's pose. It's just very basic. You lay down on the ground and push your arms out as far as possible with your feet tucked underneath you. It's just very nice to come back into focus. Some yoga is meant to push your body to the boundaries of what it can do, and some of it is meant to bring you back into peace with yourself. And that's a lot of what I enjoy yoga for, is the peace and tranquility that it brings.
Well, I don't think that I can do it to necessarily the degree of Silenus, but I might be able to go ahead and create something almost like what he had last night. It is a little
yes.
chilly, and I mean, getting limber, it might be nice to have a temperature. And she'll go ahead and like plop down, already in lotus position. As she'll flip through her book, and she's going to go ahead and cast Major Image, which should functionally do a lot of what Tiny Hut did. It's just not nearly for long enough, but it is the exact same as it was last night. The dome around us, the appearance of that, the warmth, as much as she can go ahead and kind of press over.
So we'll look around in disbelief. Wow, this is quite the thing, and I appreciate the warmth. Thank you so much.
I can't
Um,
hold it for as long as Silenus did. He's a powerful mage.
I guess so. I'm not very much studied in the ways, so I guess I wouldn't know, but I I would assume so. I could never imagine creating a dome like this. Even this one is beyond me.
Uh, Eventually, the spell will kind of fade, and it's just like a cube around us. Not necessarily the whole sphere, but enough to go ahead and give you the perception of. Um, as it drops, the cold hits again. She's, oh, well, there it goes.
I still appreciate it. It was a wonderful time. You can just do that whenever you'd like, or
Oh, no, no. There's a capacity, I suppose, to my magic. I can only do it so many times. But what's real handy is all the tomes that I was able to go ahead and study from had quite a wealth of scrolls and books. I I guess similar to what Silenus, the library back at the college back in Briab.
well, as much as I enjoy a good book, I don't think that I've ever perused the scrolls quite so much. I'm more of a story fanatic.
Oh, well, I suppose we'll be telling stories on Snowrum back again today. If we want to go for something a little bit more fantastical, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yes, perhaps I can regale you with something that I've read. I apologize, it won't have the real world significance that Silenus has engaged us with.
Well, I think the real world significance of light of goodness could easily be matched by any story you would tell Harsgold.
Speaking of, I'm surprised that he can stay asleep in the cold, laying there.
He does have a bedroll.
That he is thoroughly probably attached to at this
Wormed
point.
up, grafted to his skin. Well, I suppose.
Eventually, Silenus wakens, and you all end up getting ready to head out, continue your journey, continue the way south along the Urnelf. Pass the day relatively quiet. You have to cross another smaller tributary that feeds into the Urnelf. Silenus notes, because of that great history check of remembering your path earlier, notes, a snow ram went down here and had to be rescued, so we're going to go around. We're going to go
Yep.
up to where the river's thinner. So you take a little bit of the long route, past Slor's Cave early in the morning, continue on, go over this river, around the bulk of the problems with this river, and late afternoon, just as you start to, the sun's starting to head south again, or head towards the horizon off in the west, that there's just a sense of dread, Silenus, to realize where you are approaching. It's looking out across the marsh, stretches out in front of you, leaving you with a decision on whether to brave that again, to attempt to cross the river. That at this point in time is thinner, because we're nearing the headwaters, but it's definitely not an easy trek across. Or to head up into the hills and travel up on the high ground to avoid the marsh. But as you ponder that in your mind and prepare to have that conversation with the rest of the group, I would say that is probably as good a time as any to, that's where we stop for tonight.
Sure.
Missing Slore.
Yeah. Or Slore.
Silenus is getting asked enough invasive questions without getting that man involved.
He's got new people to ask questions of. He'll leave you alone. He might get some good answers out of people, maybe. Let him ask the inappropriate questions of everybody. Anyway. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching the stream. That's where we're going to wrap up the stream for tonight. Or the VOD part, sorry, not the stream.
Yeah.
Wrap up the VOD for tonight. If you're watching this on VOD, come watch it live. You can interact, engage in things. Apologize. This ended up being a little bit different. We had some scheduling issues come up last minute, so we ended up with a little bit more of the Torsland and a little bit shorter session. But we will be back next week and continue on with the other folks of Cybil Spear. And we'll see. We may end up with a little bit more of all three stories. We'll just need to see where we're going to be at with scheduling.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, you're out there watching on demand, come watch live. But for now, see you later.